And today in Sleep, we're going to be talking about exercise. I am doing a deep dive, folks, into Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. If I can share one thing with you that is a self-care rock star, it is to really get a handle on what is sleep. As we as a human species are evolving, how has our sleep evolved? Self-care, right? Plato, know thyself. Love that quote, right? Memorize that puppy. Know thyself, know thyself. Being a yes in a sea of no. Could I find some hidden secret? Could it even save the planet? We're gonna break down each one of those, why they're on the list, and what's happening out in society with that one thing, because it affects all areas of life. Number 2 of sleep is exercise. Exercise for a better night's sleep. What does that mean? Well, Matthew Walker is saying, try not to exercise at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. So if you're a person that wakes up kind of tired in the morning and you had a late night yoga session or a late night on the treadmill, it might be time to move the workout time. This isn't the case for everybody, but for some people, there's something about the exercise late at night that gets your heart rate up, and then it makes it really difficult to wind down. So if you're having a difficult time sleeping, consider if you're working out too late at night. So try 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep to finish your workout. Inside of that, though, there are also great health benefits and contributions to sleep that can happen inside of exercise, right? First of all, it's a de-stressor, right? It just straight up is. There's quite a few studies about that, actually, so that people that exercise during the day, in the morning, midday, do their exercise, are less stressed and then find it easier to fall asleep at night. And then it increases your endorphins, right? And so your endorphins make you feel happier, help you reduce your amount of stress, and then in turn help you fall asleep better. Have you had better sleep, right? Your mind is less busy because you've got those good endorphins in there and you lowered those stress levels. Another advantage is if you're somebody that's kind of thrown off your circadian rhythm that we talked about yesterday, your 24-hour clock, right? A good exercise, like full-on exercise, can make you feel more tired earlier in the day and is a quick remedy to reset your cycle, your clock. Right? So if you're feeling tired, or maybe you're jet lagged, or I don't know, whatever the thing is, or I had to get up early for a shoot or something like that, and you're like, man, I just need a reset, right? We all have had those moments where like, I need to take a huge nap and just get on top of my sleep. Exercise can be one of those things that does that for you. It can reset your natural biorhythm. Another thing that sleep can do is that it adjusts your body temperature. So when you're exercising and working out, your body temperature raises, right? It gets high. And then as soon as you're done working out, your body temperature drops really dramatically. Well, on that graph that we saw yesterday, you saw how our body temperature kind of is low, and then it peaks at 8 o'clock, and then it dramatically drops, right? Well, when you exercise, you're mimicking that body temperature change. So it triggers the sleepiness just because your body temperature is changing like that, right? And then there also is a study that people that don't get regular activity, right, regular physical activity, that they are the ones getting the poorest quality of sleep. So I need to get back to my yoga. Okay, I heard that, Matthew Walker. And then lastly, let's just take a look at this graph. So the thing that you're seeing in front of you is sleep loss and sports injury. I just thought that this really exemplified what it is that we're talking about, right? Like, how does not having sleep in sports or when you're exercising, right? Like when you're doing physical exertion, how does sleep loss affect that, right? So you look over here, the ideal amount of sleep that you want to get is somewhere between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. But if you're more in the 6 range, you see your percent chance of injury goes all the way up to 75% chance, higher chance of injury if you've got 6 or less hours of sleep. versus if you get 8 to 9 hours, you're in the, 10 to 30% range of getting sports injury. Now myself, I'm kind of in the 7-hour range. I think I'm gonna try to push towards 8. So for me, I'm way up there in the 60% chance of sports injury or higher percentage of sports injury because of the amount of sleep I'm getting. So I'm just gonna really try, look how much it changes when you go from 7 hours of sleep to 8 hours of sleep. Just think about that too. If you're somebody that does recreational sports, maybe you play tennis, maybe your kids are in sports. Think about how much sleep your kids are getting and what their sleep cycle is when it comes to injuries and sports, particularly if it's something that they're wanting to do for a long period of time, right? That sleep is a direct correlation. So it's something that we can control, right? Control what you can control. Being a yes in a sea of no. So that's the deal with exercise and sleep. Okay, I gotta go do some yoga.